At this time, I will call this meeting to order. Clerk of the Board, can you please call the roll?
Certainly. Commissioner Baker.
Present.
Commissioner Dallasford.
Present.
Commissioner Granados.
Present.
Commissioner Kowalski. Commissioner Mirabella.
Present.
Commissioner Palmieri Muedad.
Here.
Commissioner Williams.
Here.
Vice Chairman Bodek.
Here.
And Chairwoman Leone.
Here.
Let the record reflect you have 8 commissioners present for this evening's regular meeting.
Thank you. Clerk of the Board, please lead us in the prayer and salute to the flag.
Humbly we ask God, the giver of peace and lover of charity, to give the entire family of nations true agreement with his will, to grant the light of his spirit on all who work for justice and peace. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk of the Board, can you please read the statement of compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act?
The chair wishes to announce that pursuant to the requirements of the New Jersey Statutes Annotated, Title 10, Chapter 4, Section 10 of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting of the Board of County Commissioners of the County of Union has been given by mailing the annual meeting schedule for the year 2025, along with periodic changes necessitated by circumstance to the newspapers circulating within the County of Union who are designated to receive such notice, and by posting the annual meeting schedule for the year 2025 in the Administration Building, and further by filing the annual meeting schedule for the year 2025 with the Office of the County Clerk.
May I have a motion to approve the communications?
So moved, Madam Chair.
May I have a second?
Second.
Motion was made by Commissioner Mirabella and was seconded by Vice Chair Joe Bodek. Clerk of the Board, please call the roll.
This is for the communications. Commissioner Baker.
Aye.
Commissioner Dallasford.
Aye.
Commissioner Granados.
Aye.
Commissioner Mirabella.
Aye.
Commissioner Palmieri Muedad.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Bodek.
Aye.
And Chairwoman Leone.
Aye.
Let the record reflect you have 8 votes in the affirmative on the adoption of the approval of the communications.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the June meeting?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Second.
I'm sorry, minutes. It was moved by Commissioner Mirabella and seconded by Commissioner Dellisford. Clerk of the Board, can you please call the roll?
Certainly, this is for the June minutes.
Yes.
Commissioner Baker.
Yes to all.
Commissioner Dallasford.
Yes to all.
Commissioner Granados.
I abstain on June 12th agenda and regular meeting minutes.
Commissioner Mirabella.
Aye.
Commissioner Palmieri Muedad.
Aye to all.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye to all.
Vice Chairman Bodek.
Aye to all.
And Chairwoman Leone.
Aye to all.
Let the record reflect you have 7 votes in the affirmative with 1 abstention on both the June 12th agenda and regular meeting minutes.
Thank you. Tonight, we have 2 ordinances for introduction. Clerk of the Board, can you please read the first ordinance by title?
Certainly, Chair. Ordinance number 858-2025, bond ordinance to authorize the making of various public improvements and the acquisition of new additional or replacement equipment and machinery, new additional furnishings, new communication and signal systems equipment, new information technology and telecommunications equipment, and new automotive vehicles, including original apparatus and equipment in, by, and for the County of Union, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $58,443,808 to pay the cost thereof, to appropriate state grants, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of $43,186,098 of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of $43,186,098 of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds.
I hereby move ordinance number 858-2025 for first reading and authorize the clerk of the board to advertise same in accordance with the law. The public hearing and final reading will be held on August 21st, 2025. May I have a second?
Second.
Okay, so,
May we have a second?
I'll second.
oh, okay. You got that, James?
I do have that with Commissioner Williams moving ordinance number 858-2025. I'll do the roll call. Commissioner Baker,
Aye.
Commissioner Dellisford,
Aye.
Commissioner Granados,
Aye.
Commissioner Mirabella,
Aye.
Commissioner Palmieri Muedad,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Bodek,
Aye.
and Chairwoman Leone.
Aye.
Let the record reflect you have 8 votes in the affirmative on ordinance number 858-2025 introduction.
Thank you. And Clerk of the Board, can you please read the second ordinance by title?
Certainly. Once I get to it. Ordinance number 859-2025, capital ordinance of the County of Union, New Jersey, authorizing the making of various public improvements in, by, and for the county, appropriating therefore the sum of $10 million, and providing that such sum so appropriated shall be raised from capital surplus of the county.
Okay, so I move ordinance number 859-2025 for first reading and authorize the clerk of the board to advertise same in accordance with the law. The public hearing and final reading for this ordinance will be held also on August 21st, 2025. May I have a second?
Second.
Second.
And that was Commissioner Mirabella. For ordinance, the introduction of ordinance number 859, Commissioner Rebecca Williams moving along with the second of Commissioner Mirabella. Commissioner Baker,
Aye.
Commissioner Dellisford,
Aye.
Commissioner Granados,
Aye.
Commissioner Mirabella,
Aye.
Commissioner Palmieri Muedad,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Bodek,
Aye.
and Chairwoman Leone.
Aye.
Let the record reflect you have 8 votes in the affirmative on the introduction of ordinance number 859-2025.
Thank you. Before we begin any public comments this evening, County Manager Ed Oatman has asked to make a few remarks. County Manager?
Thank you, Chair. Over the past several weeks, the Union County Board of County Commissioners and I have heard from many residents, advocates, and community members who voiced concern about the future of the Union County Jail property. We appreciate everyone who took the time to attend the meetings, reach out, and make their voices heard. The original concept simply authorized the county to explore interest through a RFP process, a request for proposals, a standard and reasonable step to evaluate potential uses for a property of this scale. The goal is to gauge the market and identify options that could benefit the community. Excuse me? And the county as a whole. Well, one inquiry did reference the possibility of a detention-related use. We quickly recognized that such a direction would not align with Union County's values. Given the troubling reports we see nationwide about ICE detaining not only individuals with criminal charges, but also everyday people simply trying to build better lives, we cannot support any outcome that risks putting people in jeopardy. This process was never about immigration detention, and we remain firmly opposed to any such use. We received various informal inquiries in response to the county's intent to issue an RFP, with a wide range of ideas coming in from various sectors. The majority of inquiries had nothing to do with ICE or detention-related uses. Unfortunately, what began as a standard exploratory process led to widespread speculation on scenarios that were neither proposed nor intended. As the county manager, I have a duty to pursue our opportunities that serve the best interest of Union County, financially, socially, and morally. We are continuing with the RFP process, but we want to be absolutely clear. The RFP will include language that prohibits any use of the site as a private detention facility, such as an ICE facility, immigration detention center, or similar operation. Those uses are off the table. As the drafting of the RFP process continues, I look forward to working with Nadia of Make the Road to make sure the language reflects the proper intent of the RFP. On behalf of the Commissioner Board and myself, we thank everyone who engaged in this discussion and hope we can now move forward with a shared understanding of the facts and a collaborative focus on what's best for Union County and its residents. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
I would like to thank our county manager. We all listened. We heard you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
At this time, I will call up speakers 1 to 5.
All right, start the clock.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board and various Golden Nuggets. Bruce Patterson, Garwood, New Jersey. That was an excellent choice that Mr. Oatman has decided.
Wow.
For the Rezos. Sometimes I'm nice. For the Rezos,
not going
604 and 612 references the opioid settlement. Revenue from the settlement is $255,000. Your spending plan is $251,000. So the question is, that leaves $4,000 shortfall between the revenue and the expenditure, and I'm just wondering what happened to that $4,000. Is this a typo? Just some general comments. The Clark Reservoir project has been awarded, and commendably, second time, you worked with the Clark Reservoir Residents Committee to achieve this. However, could you elaborate on when the reservoir dredging work is actually going to start? The Tower Stairwell project, we understand, is still going on from 2012 and costing to date over $26 million. The holdup the last 2 years is the smoke evacuation system. Is there an end date set for this project's final certificate of occupancy? And what is the outstanding work still? The huge flooding crisis in our area on Monday the 14th wrecked much costly damage, and sadly, lives are lost in Plainfield, as you mentioned, Chair Leon. Please, for the public's understanding, can you elaborate on the county's normal responsibilities in handling a flooding crisis up front, during, and afterward? The state just enacted a law about government's internally consolidated public notices, which in my opinion is kind of a dumb move, transparency-wise. But what is your plan of action moving forward with that program? And lastly, the Aries LLC private biofuels project located on the property at the Lyndon Roselle Sewerage Authority, and that the county approved and greenlighted in 2019 to go through the UCIA with subsequent oversight by Director Bibby Taylor. Construction is now going on 6 years. Debt is up to $90 million from $35 million initially. There are red flags of possible imminent failure due to their untested biofuel process is not working for the last 3 years. If bankruptcy happens, the county, the UCIA, Bibby Taylor, and the Sewerage Authority is going to be dragged into this, along with the taxpayers, of course. Before it gets worse, to avoid liability since you agreed to it, it becomes imperative that you reach out to Aries and, one, get a way overdue cost-benefit analysis for this project, and two, a break-even point for their operations. And Reso 639, possibly through you, Chair Leon, the overview of the lawsuit, Kiera Davis versus Union County. And I apologize only because I have another meeting, so I'm going to have to leave, so thank you very much.
Oh, don't go so soon. You did. I'll give you that. The money goes into an account. That's just your answer for the opioid.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Mark Nieves. I'm a born and raised Elizabeth boy. I'm also running for Union County Commissioner. And first and foremost, I want to send my condolences out to the families who lost members of their family during the flood and all of the chaos that went on. That is why I'm here today. My question to this board is, what is this board doing financially to correct our infrastructure problem? We have a serious issue with our infrastructure, and that's why myself, Mr. Chris Basie, and Kirk Hemphill have decided to run for Union County Commissioners and stop building development. You guys are more interested in having these large buildings than our residents, and it's hurting our public. Who can afford to pay $3,500 a month rent in Elizabeth? I'm born and raised here all my life. Taxes are outrageous. Infrastructure is hurting. People are getting hurt. People have died. What is this board going to do moving forward? That would be my question to this board. Thank you.
At the end.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you, members of the Board of Commissioners, Madam Chairwoman. Very informative session. I'm honored to be here. My name is Christopher Basie. I am also running for Union County Commissioner, and I'm here with some of the same concerns, the infrastructure, overdevelopment, overcrowding, and the like. I was on Route 22 trying to get to one of our offices 3 miles from my house, and I saw the instantaneous flooding, people getting stuck with their cars. I'm sure they sustained a lot of damage to their cars. It wasn't just the property damage, but again, it was the concern over people for, lives that were lost, and our hearts and our thoughts go out to them. I would second what my colleague said. What is being done so that this doesn't happen in the future? The fact that a flood could happen so quickly is quite concerning. I know Chutney Manor was taken down and demolished, and a big to-do was made about the fact that we're putting up yet another auto dealership on Route 22. And I wonder, is that what we need? Is that the best use of our resources? And where is some of this money going? What's being done about it? We just saw a capital improvement for $10 million project approached. I hope that public hearing will address some of the questions of where is this money going? What is it being earmarked for? We saw, a lot of these resolutions just being passed, $1 million for digital equity inclusion. In this day and age, there is an issue, of course, of digital literacy, but I would imagine many people are digitally literate, and I know we want to bridge the digital divide, but are there cheaper ways to address that? I work in cybersecurity. There are a lot of public resources out there that are free. What are we doing? Of course, workforce development is very important. We saw $973,000 earmarked for an old jail elevator, and we're here just to find out some answers to where is this money going. On a personal note, I know she's left, but I would like to congratulate the woman who exhibited such amazing skills in community journalism on behalf of Union County. I've lived here 25 years. I've been in New Jersey 25 years, 10 years in Union County. I spent 6 years as an Associated Press reporter in New York, and I know community journalism is the backbone of communications of, local journalism, so that's great to see. Thank you for your consideration and your time this evening.
Good evening, Carlos Santos, Mountainside, New Jersey. Everybody's talking about the storm that just passed this past week. I understand it was 8 inches of rain. I'm not asking you guys how do you solve that problem. I know our infrastructure is beat up, but what I want to know, we have residents from Berkeley Heights where they had 4 feet, a 4-foot creek that reached 10 feet, completely flooded them out in their house. They're here to speak on it too tonight. Plainfield, we lost a life, and a lot of other stuff around the county. The towns got beaten up. I want to know if you guys are putting any pressure on Governor Murphy, to release federal funding to help these residents of Union County. Because to me, that's the responsibility of the Commissioner Board, to advocate in Trenton to get the needs that Union County needs. So I would appreciate if you guys can do that to get these guys some relief. That's it.
Any individuals with numbers 6 through 10, please feel free to go to the podium.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Susan Verchek. I've come here before on behalf of SOMA Action, the Immigration Committee. I know I speak for many others in the room that we are very heartened to hear your work going forward with limiting the prison limiting access to. I'm not speaking very well. Limiting the carceral aspect of the request for proposal, and that you will be working with Make the Road New Jersey. These are very difficult times. They're even more difficult with the tremendous amount of budget that's going to be spent on more ICE agents, and with the determination by the Third Circuit of the Court of Appeals in the United States that has thrown out the New Jersey's own ban on detention centers. So your action tonight is extremely heartening. We are very happy to hear this, and we support it wholeheartedly. Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be here tonight. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Galeota from South Orange. I'm also with Soma Action. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's here. Thank you to everyone who told their stories month after month, even when those stories were difficult to tell. Thank you, Union County Commissioners, for listening to us. Thank you for your courage and boldness in saying no to another detention center. We have to bask in this victory for a moment, but we have to remain mindful that there is so much work left to do. The fundamental challenge of our times is how we protect our fellow human beings. And the bill just passed in Congress, at its heart, is a massive militarization of ICE. If we think any of us are protected from harm, we are dead wrong. Our president has grabbed unprecedented police power in the name of immigration enforcement. He is building essentially his own private army, a Trump-Miller army. But I want to step away from the darkness right now and just savor the happiness I feel knowing that this unused jail facility right next door will never be a detention center. So thank you, Union County Commissioners, for opposing this. Thank you for showing New Jersey and the country and the world that we can be strong against an emerging police state. This win inspires us to move forward, to continue our ongoing fight against the assault and abuses perpetrated on immigrants. And sadly, I think that's coming for all of us. But thank you.
Hey y'all, good evening. Jordi Hernandez, Union County Co-Chair of North New Jersey DSA, and I want to take a moment to express two things. First, let me express my condolences to those who were affected from the floods a while back, and I understand this is a very difficult time when climate change is coming after us and destroying families, and we need to do the right thing to improve our infrastructures so that these floods could never happen again. And I'm afraid that we're going to see more of these storms. The EPA is going to cut funding to favor like fossil fuel initiatives, and I know this is very important, so we need to do something about it and be prepared for these very difficult storms with infrastructure-wise. Secondly, I like to thank the people behind me, all the people who worked tirelessly to pressure the county commissioners for doing the right thing of not allowing ICE to come into our backyards at the jail next door. Y'all give it a round of applause for all your hard work. This was never easy, and look, we've been pressuring everyone to do the right thing. I know we also are encouraging you to do the right thing, especially at a time when Trump just recently announced that he's going to go after homeless people and people who have mental health illnesses and all this shit. I'm sorry about cursing. But I do agree that we have to do what is right for our people. Many of us are marginalized communities, many of which are relatives and have been descendants of immigrants like myself. And many people are worried that the next thing that the president's going to do is going to relentlessly attack our immigrants and our families. So please do what's right and making sure that it will support the people instead of giving ICE the opportunity to take it over. Because what we know is that your work here is going to change our communities. I want to thank you so much, and I want to say this is a victory to all of our immigrants. Thank you so much.
Good evening. My name's Jean Fortin. I live in Union, and I'm here to thank you for having come to a conclusion that we hoped all along would be the ultimate conclusion about the use of an empty building. You may be among the few who show the courage, and we hope that you will stand fast with your decision, and we hope that you will feel honored to pronounce the decision that you've made, and we hope that you will stand as a bellwether for other communities who may be put in a position to feel less courageous than Union County may have felt recently. It's going to be a tough row for a while for people to stand up for what they know is right in the face of the ongoing assaults. And so we hope that you will be creative and courageous and toot your own horn when you can. Thank you.
Any members of the public with numbers up to 15, feel free to approach the podium.
Yeah, good evening. I'm Terry Seuss. I'm a resident of Union, in Union County. And I would like to, of course, thank you for the decision you've made, and going forward, we're looking forward to seeing what comes of that. And the key word, I think, was hold fast and follow through with this. I would also like to send my condolences to the families that lost people in the recent storm. It reminds me going back to Ida a number of years ago, and really, we are only going to see more extreme storms than this, and the need here is great to look at the flood maps. And I know nobody wants to do this because this will affect real estate values, but we need to do this. And it's not only in our area, but in the Southern Hemisphere, it's even worse than what we're experiencing. And we can expect climate refugees, and we need to try and get our heads around that. But right now, we ourselves can be climate refugees because of these storms. So, I'm wondering if you have a working group to actually look at the flood maps, look at where the damage was done in this last storm and the prior storms, and start making plans for helping our residents retrofit, make changes to the infrastructure as needed, so that there will not be this catastrophic flooding, because we are going to continue to get extreme storms and extreme rainfall. So if you have a working group like that, or if there's the engineering department assigned to that, I would like to know. Second of all, I'd like to talk a little bit about Elizabeth Detention Center and Delaney Hall. We have a group, Eyes on Ice, that's been at Delaney Hall for 15 weeks coming this week. That's almost 100 days. That's 100 days. And there have been residents from across New Jersey appearing there to call for the closure of that facility. Most of those people have been taken from their legal court appearances. They are there illegally. And also, we've been there to help the visitors, because the visiting conditions are abominable. Not only are inside conditions bad, visiting conditions are terrible. They're forced to wait in the heat. There's only 2 hours. They line up. There's not enough time to see everybody. It's just managed horrifically. We would encourage any of you to come down with us on the weekend for visiting hours to see what's going on there. Everyone in New Jersey is affected by this.
Thank you. Time is up.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Steve Gribben. I'm from Berkeley Heights. I'm here to talk about the recent damage that was done during the recent storm that affected a lot of communities throughout the area, including loss of life. In our area in Berkeley Heights, a lot of homes in our part of Berkeley Heights were damaged. Many of us have a creek that runs through our backyards. Now, we can't control the weather, but what we can do is control the way stormwater is handled. In our little neck of the woods, storm drains in the street flow to storm pipes that flow to the creek. The creek eventually gets to the Passaic River. In this flash flood that happened last Monday, in my backyard, where the creek is normally a foot or a foot and a half deep, it would take a 7-foot rise for it to get to the bank of the creek, to my lawn, essentially. And it would take a 10-foot or a 10.5-foot rise to actually get to where it's going to start coming in the doors of my house. Well, that happened. And our town says, well, the creek is on private property, so that's your responsibility. But to me, if you're a municipality who's using the creek as the way that you're getting rid of the stormwater that's in the streets, then it's your responsibility too. You can't use the creek as the way that you're handling stormwater and then say it's not your responsibility. You can't have it both ways. And I think that goes to the town, the county, and really the state, because ultimately it flows to the Passaic River. Water came in to many homes in my street, but I'm just going to tell you my experience. We had 5 feet of water in the basement. We had water that came in every door in my house, the garage, the front door, the back doors. So there's a lot of restoration that's going on. I'm at $35,000 of costs, which could go up to $50,000 if the floors need to be ripped out and replaced. As I said, we can't control the weather, but we can control the infrastructure, and something needs to be done at all levels of government so that when these storms keep happening, this needs to be handled. And this wasn't a one-off. I've lived in this house for 1 year. This is the second time that water's come to my front door. Last time, thankfully, no water got in, but if it happens 2 times in 1 year, we all know it's going to happen again. Something needs to be done. Thank you.
Hi. Hi, Glenn Endick of Berkeley Heights. I have a 2-minute video describing testimonial from the last storm that we'd love to show, if that's all right with you. We worked hard on the video, and we would appreciate if you could, view it. Is there any way that I could put it on the TV or just put it here?
Glenn, you want to give them these pictures too?
have to move on, so we have everybody's held to the time. You just email it to me, I'll send it around.
Thank you. As Harry Truman says, the buck stops here, so we hope the buck stops with you. Thank you.
I live at 89 Robbins Avenue in Berkeley Heights. I've been a resident of Berkeley Heights for 47 years. There is an easement on my property. My property runs to the middle of the creek, and there's a county easement. My property documents say that this is a county easement that runs through my property. I'm very familiar with the government process. I know we can all work together. I was a councilwoman in Berkeley Heights for 9 years, deputy mayor, planning board, board of adjustment. I worked with the county. At that time, I retired in 2011. So I know that we can work together to solve this problem. The town talks about it being a county problem. The county talks about it being a town problem. They talk about it being a homeowner problem. Well, I didn't ask for that easement to be put there. That easement is there, and it's not. It's a county easement. Anyhow, over the years, in 47 years, I've watched the deterioration of the creek banks, the eroding of the banks, the loss of tree root stabilization, and all kinds of garbage and building material in the creek. When I moved to Berkeley Heights, I knew I was in a 100-year flood zone. I knew that. The first flood to hit the interior of my home was in August of 2021, and I was lucky, and I thought I was home free. But this July 14th rain deluge proved me wrong. I had 2 feet of water in my finished basement, which had been redone after 2021, 1.5 feet of creek water on my patio, 3 inches of water on in my ground floor family room. I know we must have qualified engineers in both the town and in Union County that can work to find a solution to this, because I don't know about my neighbors, but since then I kind of not sleeping so well because I think about the next time. And what do I do to mitigate it? Can I put up walls? Can I put up, no, I can't do that. My neighbor put up a 15-foot, how tall a berm was that you put up? Joe?
Put up a 3-foot berm, expanding the whole.
Yeah, spent that.
Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Joe Sinkhu. I live on Briarwood Drive East as well. I've been in town since 2019, and I've witnessed the creek behind my home. It's right behind my home, go up numerous times. Most notably, September of 21, water surrounded the house on 3 sides. August of 24, again, came in, surrounded the house. And this past one just obliterated me. Basement, I lost one of my office was ruined. I've been going back and forth with township since 22, 23. I get little help. They kind of deflect. I've called for an independent engineer to come look at the situation. I've called for anybody from township to come and work with me or give me advice. I asked the town engineer to come meet with me. I get nothing from them. All you see is overdevelopment. There's nowhere for this rain to go anymore. I have dead trees and behind my yard, there's 2 creeks and there's woods in between, and they meet into one behind my house, and it becomes a big creek. And then after that is a storm drain where the storm drain comes in and fills up the creek. Heavy rainstorms, doesn't have to be like this past one, comes up and then it's essentially just surrounds my house. and I get it on all ends. It came in my basement, my front door, through the walls, through my garage. Basically, there's major soil erosion. There's sediment buildup that's high. I've emailed pictures. I've picked the best ones I have for you guys to review if you like. I have old emails since '23, and they are telling me, township is telling me that it's residents' responsibility to keep the creek clear. It's not about keeping the creek clear. I do keep the creek clear. July 4th, a tree fell that was on the embankment, not on my side, fell across. I went in there with my wife and cut it down with a chainsaw and hoisted it into the woods, just so that we wouldn't have a blockage. It's just, it's created anxiety. My health is not right because of it, and I'm pleading for help. We need assistance. We need something done internally. It has to be done. Thank you for your time.
Any individuals with numbers up to 20, please feel free to approach the podium.
Hi. Hi. My name is Andrew Paprocki. I'm a resident of Berkeley Heights as well. I have two issues just want to bring to your attention. I don't want to be repetitive, but one of the issues is, of course, the creek. I've been the resident for 16 years. The town has not been cleaning the creek. Seems to be getting more shallow. Every time there is a heavier rain, the creek seems to be flooding more and more. As was mentioned by previous speakers, town is deflecting it, saying that basically it's our responsibility to take care of it. That's issue number one. Like I said, I would like the board to address it, to reach out to town and find a solution. The second one is we're experiencing, it is my place and my neighbors are experiencing frequent sewage backup. Every time there's a heavier rain, the sewage is backing up into my basement as well as to the main floor where's my toilet. Again, town is not doing much. It's basically telling me contact the plumber, see what the plumber can do. But like I said, that presents a health hazard because once the raw sewage spills out in the house, question of a cleanup, bacteria, all those things. I hope the town is going to address it. I hope that you're going to reach out to town and see what can be done. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Herb Waddell. I live at 98 Robbins Avenue in Berkeley Heights. I live catty corner across the stream from Elaine Perna. So we share a problem with the stream. I was the first occupant of the house I now live in. So I've been there for 63 years. I've got a lot invested in that house. When it was built, it was a development of many homes, and a development needs all kinds of approvals, including the plans to move the streams and to provide proper drainage for the development. So that was done. We have a perfectly straight stream from my house down to the Passaic, man-made, and approved by the county because it must have been, you've got an easement on my property. So the county was involved in the layout and the planning. There was no floodplain in those days. When they decreed a floodplain existed, my house took a major dive in value. I got nothing for it. And now I'm getting the punishment for the apparently poor planning way back 63 years ago. Now, admittedly, we didn't know what we know then. But also, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago, the county, I believe, was involved in developing an athletic field upstream of my property. And an athletic field, it may even have synthetic turf. It's got lights for football at night, which of course we all need. But I believe that was a county development, and that's a beautiful way to speed up runoff. We had a storm last Monday, very brief, very, very hard rain. And the stream came up and came into my basement, and what a mess. So I'd like to live there.
Thank you, sir. Time is up.
Any individuals with numbers up to 25, though I believe this is probably the last speaker. Thank you.
It's hard to follow that. Hey, my name's Teresa. I've been here before to talk about the ICE detention facility possibility. This is like a huge deal that you guys are not, that you're committing to not do it.
Excuse me, sorry, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can we stop the conversation? You're interrupting the meeting. Please take it outside. They respected your time, please respect theirs.
Okay. Just a thank you. No, it's cool. Just a thank you to all of you. I was not expecting this at all. I was prepared to come and, you know, I actually was going to talk about the RFP specifically and like just kind of lawyer it up and I'm not a lawyer, but that was really what I was trying to, just the process and questioning the process, because I feel like everybody else has their personal stories and, you know, so this is just such a huge relief. And I also feel like what it could have done, like this feels so proactive. It's rare to see something proactive. Usually things are reactive, like something bad has happened and then we do something. So what you guys have done is proactive. The amount of people this would have harmed, I truly feel like is countless. So thank you so much. It's like the best news ever. And I feel like this really is such a good example of what New Jersey leaders should do. This speaks to your values as individuals and the whole county, and I'm just so proud and so happy, and you know, we'll cry. But thank you so much.
Any additional speakers? Chair, I defer to you.
Thank you. Seeing no one else wishing to speak, I officially close this public comment session of the meeting, and I will ask County Manager Oatman if he would like to respond to any of the speakers' comments or questions.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to make one comment. I'm surprised the Republican commissioner candidates were here to talk about housing development and I believe an auto dealership. I thought they would, as you know, they're running for this office, they'd be aware that those things are approved at the local level. The county government has nothing to do with approving an auto dealership. And I'm also surprised they left before the answers were given. I guess they got their photo op. And also I would hope the Republican chairman who was here would also call on Congressman Kane to help with FEMA, because as we know, FEMA has been gutted recently by President Trump, but to get aid from, excuse me, your time is up. As we know, FEMA has been gutted. To qualify for FEMA aid, the county has to have $3 million in damage, and the state has to have 17 overall, so I hope the congressman will step up and deal with the front office. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. May I have a motion to adopt Resolutions 2025.
I'm sorry, Charlie. Can our county engineer, Rick, please come up and address some of the issues?
So I was listening, obviously, to a lot of the comments, like we all were, and I think one thing that we've kind of all heard is it's not just a Berkeley Heights issue, it's not just a Union County issue, it's not just a state issue. We're seeing this type of flooding throughout the country. So, you know, we also had tragic events in Texas recently.
You're blocking somebody's view, though. You can't stand in front of people either.
We had tragic events in Texas. Notably, now we've had tragic events here in Union County, so obviously our thoughts and condolences go out to families that have lost loved ones. There is no one-stop solution to these types of problems. There's not one entity that can try and solve these types of problems. When residents are told that you know, the stream's on your property, so there is some level of responsibility to the property owner. That is accurate. When you buy a property, you also buy the features of that property, so including a stream. It's understandable that when you get 8 inches of rain in 2 hours or less, there's going to be a capacity issue, not just with the stream, but with the infrastructure. Infrastructure to be constructed to handle 8 inches of rain is difficult to design and difficult to fund, which is why a lot of the projects that deal with flooding on a more massive scale tend to be collaborative in nature, county, local, state, and even federal through the Army Corps. So that's really the types of avenues that we have to pursue, are these types of collaborative efforts. But it does start at the very local level down to the property. Anything specifically related to county easements, feel free to reach out to myself and Director Polake, and we can certainly try and work with anyone, local, you know, municipal, other counties. Throughout the storm, we've been in contact with our municipal partners and our adjacent counties to see you know, what services we can provide, how we can collaborate, and we will continue to do so.
He wants to get thrown out, so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Am I allowed to just make a, just?
No, I'm sorry, public
The
comment.
rules do not allow for it.
Okay.
Public portion is closed.
Call the vote, let's go.
Okay, may I have a motion to adopt resolutions 2025?
So moved.
583 through 2025 657?
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you. Moved by Commissioner Palmieri Mudet and seconded by Commissioner Dellisford. Clerk of the Board, can you please call the roll?
Certainly, this is for the adoption of resolutions 583 through 657. May I have Commissioner Baker?
Aye.
Commissioner Dellisford?
Aye.
Commissioner Granados?
Aye.
Commissioner Mirabella?
Abstain from 591, aye to the rest.
Commissioner Palmieri Mudet?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chairman Bodek?
Aye.
Commissioner Granados?
Sorry, I want to aye to all with the abstaining on 2025-599. Sorry.
599?
Yes.
Thank you. Chairwoman Leone?
Aye.
Let the record reflect you have 8 votes in the affirmative on all resolutions, with the exception of resolutions 2025-591 and resolution 2025-599, where you have 7 votes in the affirmative and 1 abstention.
Thank you, Clerk. At this time, I'm going to call upon my colleagues, and I'm going to start with Commissioner Mirabella.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I'm proud to announce the launch of a Union County First Responder Resiliency Program, a partnership between the Sheriff's Department and GoMo Health. This innovative digital initiative is designed to support the mental, emotional, and physical well-being of our first responders, including law enforcement, dispatchers, firefighters, EMTs, and their families. Through a secure mobile platform, it offers confidential real-time support, peer networks, wellness tools, and training to help address trauma, stress, and substance abuse. Most importantly, it's tailored to each person's needs and helps break down the stigma around seeking help. Union County is leading the way with this initiative, and I look forward to seeing the positive impact it will have on the lives of those who dedicate themselves to protecting us. And I think that's very fitting after all the heroism displayed by our first responders over the last 2 weeks now of severe storms that we've had in our community. And I just can't say enough for the work that our first responders do, protecting us, property, and lives. And I just want to give them a special thank you for what they've done recently and what they do day in and day out throughout the year. I want to also just comment on the people that have come to speak over the last several months and meetings. We certainly were listening, although it was skeptical, I think, on people's part that we were actually listening. I want to commend the county manager for thoughtful deliberation of that situation, the RFP, and I think it's something that meets certainly the moral fiber and caliber of this commissioner board and what most people in this county will prefer. And with that, Madam Chair, I'll conclude my comments.
Thank you. Commissioner Dallas Ford.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Union County Board of County Commissioners is proud to announce the return of the Union County Means Business Expo, which takes place on Wednesday, September 10th from 5 to 7:30 p.m. at the Warnaco Sports Center in Roselle. This free in-person event offers a dynamic opportunity for local business owners, entrepreneurs, and community partners to connect, network, and grow. Vendor tables are available for $100 and include program ads and VIP raffle entries. Setup begins at 2:30 p.m. and registration is required by September 1st. To register or learn more, visit www.ucnj.org/UCMB or contact Jeff Brooks at 908-659-7412 or jeffrey.brooks@ucnj.org. I'd also like to extend my sincere condolences to those families who lost loved ones on July 14th as a result of the storm, as well as my sympathies to those residents whose homes were damaged by the storm. And like my colleague Marabella just mentioned, you know, I definitely applaud the county for doing the right thing. All of you came out for months and expressed your sentiments and shared your stories, and it was extremely moving and touching. And so we appreciate you for taking the time to come out and share your concerns and issues with us. And, you know, we also thank you for, you know, applauding us for doing the right thing. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Commissioner Baker.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Please come out and join us on Tuesday, August the 5th, from 4:30 to 8 p.m. at Union College of Union County's Cranford campus for an inclusive, accessible, and sensory-friendly National Night Out celebration. This is an event that happens every year around this time. You can enjoy some games, activities, and entertainment in a welcoming indoor-outdoor environment, which is designed for all members of our community. On-site registration for the UCPO Special Needs Registry will also be available. This event is proudly presented by the Union County Board of County Commissioners, Prosecutor's Office, the Sheriff's Office, Union County Police, Children's Specialized Hospital, and UCNJ. So to learn more and register for this event, you can go to www.ucnj.org/UCNNO. And as I've said before, this is some additional comments, Madam Chair, that it was appreciative of the citizens of Elizabeth and those throughout Union County to come here to the Commissioner Board meeting to express their concerns and their viewpoints about speculative intentions about the use of the Union County Jail. And now that that has been concluded, that there will, the RFP will still go out, but it will have, certain conditions about the use of that jail. There will not be a detention center. So we do want to thank those who did come out and express their concerns about that. And I think that'll be it for my comments, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Williams.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Just a couple of things. One is we are proud to announce the installation of hearing loop systems in several of our courtrooms, which will improve access to residents who are deaf or hard of hearing. This initiative was made possible through a $70,000 grant from the New Jersey Division of the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. And this new technology delivers clear sound directly to hearing aids or cochlear implants, and staff are receiving training to better serve individuals with hearing loss. This effort does align with as you all may know, July is Disability Pride Month, so this effort is in alignment with that and with our broader goals for accessibility for all of our residents. And for more information, you can go to ucnj.org. I also want to thank everyone for their support of my city of Plainfield, which likely was the hardest hit, certainly in terms of the tragic deaths that we suffered during the tornado storm and the flood. 3 of the 4 deaths that occurred in our area were in Plainfield. And just following something that Terry said, climate change is real. And what we're seeing is, as our county manager also pointed out, is that, the current federal administration of Trump is gutting not just FEMA, but also NOAA. So we have a number of cuts in our National Weather Service, which is supposed to be designed to help forecast these kinds of incidents. And with FEMA, as was also noted, part of the solution or resolution of this really does come down to advocating at the federal level. We know that several states have not received FEMA funding, I think for, selfish, puerile reasons by the current president. And this can have really devastating effects. As we have seen, this will not be the last storm. We do have the Greenbrook Flood Commission, which meets every month to look at ways, working with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers for the past since I moved to Plainfield, since 1999 when we had that really bad flood. And so there are efforts within Union County, also Middlesex and Somerset County to see what can be done. They finished some portions of projects, but of course, anticipating what may happen in the midst of, climate change and all these other factors that are probably a part of it, it makes it difficult. But one thing I would say is to advocate, especially those who do live in the 7th District, which incorporates Berkeley Heights, to make sure that your federal legislators and also our senators, Kim and Booker, are aware of what we want them to advocate for. And I too want to thank everyone who came here for every meeting for several months, to ensure that the needs of our community are being met. And I'm very sorry for the fear and that was felt by all the folks who came here, thinking that ICE is coming, that we are supportive of ICE and so forth. So for that, just my personal apology for folks who just were living in fear just because of that for the past several months. But I am glad that the proper information and not misinformation has finally gotten out. Not that we should not be vigilant and that we should not all be in fear. If they come for me in the morning, they'll be coming for you that night, right? So, but I do want to thank everyone, and I will be visiting Delaney Hall. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Chairwoman. That's it for me.
Commissioner Palmieri Mudet.
Thank you, Chair. I had the opportunity to attend Union County's Empower and Protect Women's Self-Defense class this week at the Stamler Police Academy. It was a great experience. We were at, I believe, max capacity with 30 young women that are all at an age where they're either going off to college or in that college age, experiencing new jobs and careers. And they all were really passionate about being there. And Officers Riccio and Matus from our Sheriff's Department really did a fantastic job. Officer Riccio has been with us from the start of these classes. And it's just a really great hands-on experience for our residents. And we've said if they learn one thing and take one thing away from it, that could help save their life or protect them. So if you missed it and you're interested in joining us, we have another class on Monday, July 29th. It is free, but we do ask that you sign up. We also ask that you bring a friend if you'd like, because a lot of the stuff is partnered. You do not need a friend, but if you have somebody that wants to do it as well, there is some teamwork. To learn more, you can contact Jennifer Erdos at the Union County Office on Women at 908-527-4216 or at jerdos@ucnj.org. And I share in all of my colleagues what they've said tonight. Again, I know most of our audience has gone, but I want to thank those that have stayed. Thank you for coming and expressing your thoughts and opinions. And again, that is your right and obligation, right, as a citizen. And I'm proud of what we did as a board and our county manager Ed Oatman for listening to what people feel and say, and I think we're all satisfied with the results of today's announcement. For those that are affected by the floods here in Union County, again, my heart is broken for Plainfield, for the lives that were lost, as well as the damage that they endured twice, as well as all of our residents in Union County. As my fellow commissioners have said, this is certainly not a Union County specific issue. It is not just a New Jersey issue. It is a national issue. My heart is broken for the families in Texas who experienced that horror. And I think that it's so important that we do work, with our legislators on it, that have that opportunity to work on a federal level to make sure that we can address some of these issues. Our engineer, Matisse, is a wonderful person, a wonderful contact, and I think anything that we can answer or address, he's open and willing to do that. So I think I will close with that. Thank you very much.
Commissioner Granados.
Thank you, Chair. I am pleased to announce the launch of the 2025 Open Space Grant Programs, which include the Kids Recreation, Greening Union County, and Preserve Union County. These programs provide funding to all 21 municipalities to support local projects that promote outdoor recreation, environmental sustainability, and historic preservation. Municipalities can apply for grants to improve playgrounds and recreation spaces, plant trees, and enhance green infrastructure, or restore historic buildings and landmarks that contribute to Union County's heritage. Applications for all three programs are now open and must be submitted by August 30th. For more information or to apply, please visit ucnj.org/trust-fund-grants or contact Angelica Cedeno at acedeno@ucnj.org or 908-558-2279. That's that topic. When it comes to our jail, we've all said plenty of times that the county commissioner board, our county manager is listening to all residents and have been listening. There's been individuals who believe that we're not listening to what people are saying. We always listen, no matter what the situation is, no matter what taking effect in our communities, because we truly want to make sure that we're listening to everyone when it comes to any situation that's being faced across the County of Union. So I thank our county manager for making the announcement today that we'll not be having an RFP that includes the ICE detention center for the county jail for all those affected by the storms, especially in Plainfield, where 4 lives were lost. Our hearts go out to each one of them. And the County of Union, as we see, these storms are something that are unprecedented in so many different times that we haven't seen in the past. But our County of Union government continues to make sure that working with local municipalities. I know that during the storms, our Department of Public Safety sent out rescue squads to help out local municipalities, making sure they're doing search and recovering individuals who were stuck in vehicles, who were facing different issues when it came to the flooding. I know our different departments, social services, had individuals going to a Plainfield location and making sure that residents from all over, Scotch Plains, et cetera, who needed services were able to get services. And that just speaks to some of the different departments who were making sure they're working with local municipalities throughout the storms, because we're here to work together. And Rick and Director Palke, thank you for providing information for those residents from Berkeley Heights. Our hearts go out to each one of you too. And like Rick said before, we're here to help make sure that we provide segments of information and help out any way we can help out. Let it be providing information, providing resources, or making sure that we help provide that contact information for local municipalities, and knowing that the County of Union is aware of the situation. We want to make sure these situations get resolved as quickly as possible. So thank you for that. And with that said, thank you very much.
Thank you. Vice Chairman Bodek.
Union County Board of County Commissioners invites residents with disabilities and special needs, along with their families and friends, to the 2025 Inclusive Summer Fair on Sunday, July 27th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Warnaco Sports Center in Roselle. This fun-filled event features games, inflatables, face painting, a petting zoo, and more, designed for all ages and abilities. As we celebrate 35 years of the Americans with Disability Act, we honor the strength and advocacy of our disability community and reaffirm our commitment to inclusion and access for all. Admission is free, but registration is required. Register at www.ucnj.org/OPDSN-REG or call 908-527-4781. I would also like to take this opportunity to express my sympathy to those that lost their families in the floods and storms of July 3rd and 14th. I would also like to express my sympathy to Surrogate Hudak on the loss of his grandmother, Margaret Lewis. The flooding issue is one that's very difficult and takes long-term solutions. I live in the city of Linden, and Linden has had flooding for numbers of years. Millions of dollars were spent in addressing some of the issues, and now similar issues have cropped up in other areas of the town that never had the flooding. It's hard to anticipate, especially when we get 7 inches of rain, and it's an issue that has to be addressed, but it's a long-term solution, not short-term. In addition, I'd also like to thank the county manager for his compassion in listening to the citizens of Union County over the concerns with the jail. Thank you very much.
Council Bergen.
Nothing. Thank you, Chair.
County Manager.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to take this opportunity to thank John and the county police here for dealing with that individual who's trying to disrupt the meeting, the professional way they handled it. We were able to carry on business while he, tried to cause a scene. So good job, everyone.
Thank you. Now it's my turn, right? Okay, I'm going to be short and sweet. First and foremost, my biggest condolences to the town of Plainfield. They've been hit really hard this year, and it's just heartbreaking to those families. The loss of life is something that there's no way of addressing that. It's just so painful. In addition, I want to thank everyone that came out here to express their feelings about the jail. I am an immigrant myself, and I understood you. And maybe Rebecca and I can do a little visit to Delaney Hall. All right? We can go together, absolutely. I want to thank my county manager for listening to you and doing what he did. I appreciate it, Mr. Oatman. And in closing, I would like to announce that Union County is officially launching a storm-related emergency home repair grant for eligible senior homeowners who were affected by the recent severe storms on July 3rd and July 14th. This grant specifically for Union County residents age 62 and over who own and occupy a single or two-family home that sustained storm-related damage. It is available to those who qualify as low or moderate income homeowners, and the best part is it does not need to be repaid. Eligible seniors receive up to $10,000 towards repairs. In order to qualify, homeowners must be current with their mortgage and property taxes. Once you apply, an inspection will be conducted to determine what repairs are needed, and a cost estimate will be prepared, which will serve as the basis for the grant amount. If additional funding is needed beyond what the emergency grant covers, residents may also apply through the Union County Home Improvement Program, which provides interest-free loans requiring no repayment until the property change hands. It should be noted that the Union County Home Improvement Program is available to income-eligible residents regardless of age. This is an important step that we are taking in helping our seniors recover and feel secure in their homes, again, after such devastating weather. If you or someone you know may be eligible, please contact Development Directions LLC at 732-382-8100 for more information or to begin the application process. I want to thank everyone for coming tonight, and this is it, and Union County Cares. We do listen to our residents, we do. Thank you. Thank you. May I have a second? Second. Okay. It was moved by Commissioner Mirabella and seconded by Commissioner Dellisford. The meeting is now adjourned.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Good job tonight.